CSR is a business model, and it is a balanced model. So where we look at the profit, I call it directly by the name. Yeah? A company has to make profit, otherwise the company will not be able to afford also to do other things. So the company is only responsible if the company is making profit. Otherwise it would expire. Yes, and what is also very interesting to see, what is maybe not mentioned all the time, that both approaches are voluntary. There are tendencies to make the one or the other thing mandatory. I think there is also a discussion going on in Europe at the moment that certain companies have to have a CSR policy in place, that they ISO 26000 will get maybe additional elements regarding verification and such things. But I think the most important in our understanding, practical understanding, is that it is voluntary. So next, please. And now I want to make you aware of a perfect match between CSR and SCP. And it is exactly the life cycle thing. What is the company doing there? The company is producing something or providing some services. And to do so, they will have, when they are responsible, to consider their products along the life cycle. How they are designed, where are the raw materials are coming from, how they are manufactured, what is the impact of the production, then how they are distributed, then how they are used, and what happens when the product expires. Is there a buyback or take-back system in place, and so on. So next, please. The answer to this, and we have also heard these words, could be greening the supply chain. And I cannot make the whole picture of CSR here, but I want to highlight the connection between CSR and SCP. By looking at interconnected businesses, so CSR means also to look upstream and downstream, not only in-house. And by connecting these different aspects along the life cycle, a company has a lot of impact, or can have a lot of impact to improve the system. Next, please. So I come to some very short conclusions, that particularly if we talk about bigger players, about famous brands, and we have seen some examples like Nestle before, or Unilever. They are lead enterprises, and they have the power, and they do also use the power already today to influence the whole or larger parts of the value and the supply chain. I give one example of a disaster. I think it is already some years ago. Coca-Cola was one of the first companies, I think, worldwide who did the CSR. And then it happened in India that some pollutants were in products. So since today, I think in India, Coca-Cola is more popular. People drink Pepsi-Cola, the competitor beverage. And or in other examples which have started already 15 years ago, car manufacturers. In Europe it was Volkswagen, in Japan it was Toyota. They started systematically to green the supply chain because they were aware when they want to brand their products, as far as you can say from a car that it is environmental friendly, but they want to brand their products as advanced, modern, clean, products, they have to ensure that also the supply chain is mirroring this. Makes no sense that you say that you are very, very good in your in-house production, and then you buy something which is produced under dirty conditions, like it happens, unfortunately, today. Take up the example from Bangladesh. Italian shoes, yeah, we would say this is a first-class quality product, but many Italian shoes, when you go back to the supply chain, they will use leather which is under terrible conditions, produced, particularly, for example, in Bangladesh. So what the companies are doing now is to try to green the supply chain. A lot of efforts are put into greening these aspects, or to improving the situation. Yeah, so I mean, one aspect what I would say that a company is living corporate social responsibility is also to look about their products and how they can be improved, how their life cycle, how their supply chain looks like. And I would say that to achieve this, we have not to invent something new, and management structure. We have just to look at how is the supply chain managed. And there is a lot of know-how. And companies have only to add the green element, and most of the brands are doing this. Yeah, and maybe I would like to see also in the future, we are also talking in this conference about CSR reporting, more examples which include efforts of companies, how to achieve or how to try to achieve this goal. So I give for a last example, we have done some years ago in India a project with Toyota, and we could in one industry community near to Delhi engage almost 50 local suppliers which have supplied a number of different parts to Toyota. And at the end of this project, so we could say that there was an impact, because Toyota was saying, okay, we want to have that also our parts, what we are using should be produced under reasonable clean conditions. So this was a good example of, maybe they didn't never mention it as a CSR project, but it actually is one. So looking beyond their own small box is for me another understanding of CSR. And the management structure required for this would be, I would say, as you said, you need CEOs of the company who share the mission of sustainability. If you don't have this, it's very difficult. Okay, so this is my presentation. I think on the last slide you can see my contacts. I am at the moment, my office is in Putrajaya, and the government is in Peru. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Weihs.